The drainage is
What about the river? So that is very good, but you need to say the Mango Creek River. You see in that is running through or on either sides of the permanent cultivation areas, right? Which is used as a source of irrigation or water supply for the crops. So you name places, you identify the names of the rivers, the settlements, and state the relationship. So the drainage is close to the permanent areas of cultivation. On the map, you can see that the Mango Creek tributaries are running on either sides of the permanent cultivated area, which gives it a reliable supply of water or irrigation for the crops. Everybody understand that? Dre, it is not
yes,
poorly drained. Look at this map. You see lots of rivers. It's well drained, right? And when you're talking about poorly drained, you can say that here you're talking about the relationship of the rivers with respect to the permanent cultivated area. So it provides a water supply. Do you understand that, Dre? And the last part of the question is what? Or the green areas, that is the permanent cultivated areas. So you state in the relationship of where the green areas are located with respect to the rivers, the green areas with respect to the settlements, which is in red. And the last part of the question was what? Relief. What can you say about the relief? Is this area on steep slope? Is it on gentle slope? What can you
this
say about
area is relatively flat, so like commercial farming.
Yes, you in this case you may not need to give grid references because it's a big area. So what you can do is say the name of the river, say the name of the settlement. You understand that? Great. So very good. I think who was speaking to me just now? Someone said that it is on relatively flat land. Yes, because you can see that it is close to the mouth of the river, right? So you can see the mouth of the Mango Creek, the permanent cultivated areas are close to the mouth. It is close to the mouth of the Mango Creek rivers, which suggests that its area is flat, right? And also more fertile, as also you have, nutrients from the rivers. That is something that you can state with drainage, that it provides nutrients. Everybody understand how to answer this question?
This means
Yes, miss.
What I circle, that is a settlement because those are the villages. Independence and Mango Creek are names of villages with the black dots, which are the settlements. Nicola, that's cool. Next map, let's move to the next map and then I will run through the simple things like grid reference and distance and compass direction. So the next map is, get it in the classroom. The next map is Monique. Monique is a Jamaica map. So before you even know, you know that Jamaica is heavily limestone. And you would see how this Jamaica map is different. You're seeing the Jamaica map.
Yes, miss.
You see how different that looks, right? One gradient drill. Let us see if it have one on this paper. So let me look for Monique. I think Monique is what paper, boy? You see all this hard work? I want to hear when you come out of that exam tomorrow. I am doing a live to hear how the paper was. I think you all will have a good paper. What year is Monique boy? I think it's about 2014 or so, you know. Anybody? Chloe, you in this chat? Chloe, tell me what year is Monique, please. If any of my students here, right, I got it, 2015. I know it was one of those years. So 2015, niceness again. Aha, Dre, it have a gradient question here. You're lucky, you're lucky. You are lucky. Let's go. So gradient, what is the formula for gradient?
Rise over run.
Rise over run, which is what? So nice, you say rise over run, but what rise stands for?
Vertical difference.
Very nice. Vertical difference in height. Remember that? So this is gradient for all who need a little refresher. So rise is vertical difference in height, which would be the top point, the minus and the lowest point from the highest point, right? Vertical difference in height. And run is, what is run?
The horizontal distance.
Horizontal distance. Remember that for the exam, you'll have to do these steps. So you also have to pay attention to the units on the map, right? So let us look at the question. So the question is stating, one second. The question is stating, what is the average gradient of the road from the junction at Walker's Wood, 400 meters in height, to the crossroad at Monique, 300 meters in height? What is nice is that they already gave you all the height, so you all don't have to find it. So the vertical difference in height is what you all, what is the vertical difference in height?
90.
All right, so for people who may not know how you get the 90, Nasania, you want to tell them?
Miss, because the vertical distance in height is 400 meters, and the horizontal distance is 310 meters. So you just minus 310 from 400 leaves 90. 10, miss.
Very good. Nasania, one thing, remember, horizontal distance is the distance between the 2 points. So the highest point and the lowest point. So 400 is the highest point and 310 is the lowest point. So don't say horizontal distance. So it is the vertical difference in height of the highest and the lowest point. You understand that?
Yes,
So
miss.
you don't confuse yourself, but you understand what it is. So that is 90, and this is in what unit?
Meters.
Thank you. Thank you. What is the contour, the vertical interval on the map? And tell me what is the unit on the map? You all know what is vertical interval? What vertical interval stands for? You need to know this. What is vertical interval?
Isn't that the height of the map or something like that?
Okay, the vertical interval is the the increase in height, right? By how many meters? So sometimes you can have a 50-meter vertical interval or a 100-meter vertical interval, which means that every contour increases by 50 or by 100. You understand that?
Yeah,
Yes,
miss.
Miss.
Tell me what is the vertical interval of the map and the units. What is the unit? Mhm. Anybody seeing it? I gave you all the map, you know. I gave you all access to my room, so you all should be able to see that. Let me pull it up.
20 meters.
Oh gosh, I can't see this map. Tiny boy. Somebody drawing on my map. Big D. Hmm. Y'all seeing it? I seeing it. Oh my god, it's really tiny. Wow. I can't. It looking like 200. No, 20-meter vertical height up to 80-meter, then 40-meter vertical height thereafter. So it is in meters, and it has two vertical intervals, 20 and 40. So at least we know that the contours is in meters. Now you find the difference in height, the distance between the 2 points. So tell me, what is the 2 points on the map? What is the 2 points that they give you for the 400 and 310? What two areas is that, y'all? Y'all following me? Dre, what is the 2 points?
It is by the intersection of the two roads. Well, I had to watch the map well.
The map so tiny, I can't even see nothing. Ja. Okay, so here what? I'm going to make up a distance so that you all will understand. But what you have to do, right? It is between the contours, right? Yes, but Dre, I want to find it on the map, so I was asking you to tell me the location so I can find it. But because I can't go back and forth, so I need you all to help me.
Oh, miss, I was watching the wrong map from the last time. Oh, look.
Small, small. All right, so let us say, tell me what is the anybody else in the chat could find tell me the two areas between 400 and 310. Lasagna, you there? Help me with this. I'm trying to find the two areas.
Yes, Miss. Looking for the question paper.
Where?
The paper, Miss. The question paper that the question came from.
Yeah, 2015. You have it up?
I'm looking for it, Miss.
2015. Tell me the two points. Anyways, I don't think we'll be able to get an accurate measure. So let us say that the 2 points that they gave you all, I'm speaking hypothetically because this is how you're going to do it, right? But obviously, you're going to have a big map in the exam that is paper and you're not going to have the stress. So let us say this was the first point, 410, and the other point was 310. Everybody agree?
Yeah, miss.
Let us see when we measure that distance, because you're not going to get centimeters, right? That's going to be in kilometers. So this, let us say this is 1.5 kilometers. on the map when we measure it, because we're measuring it off of your scale. So when you find this distance, you take your piece of paper from 410, and this is 400, and then 310. Everybody understand what I'm saying? So this first point is 400, and this last point is 310. You mark it off on a piece of paper. When you get that piece of
Put it on a ruler. Can you measure it on a ruler instead of a scale?
yes, darling, you will get the same thing, but remember you have to do the conversion. Yeah? Remember that?
Yes, miss.
Right. So when you get this now, you take it and you measure it off on the scale below here. You're seeing that? So this scale is 1 to 50,000, right? That's centimeters, or in this case here, when you measure it off, it will be in meters or kilometers on top. So let us say that this was measured 1.5. Right? 1.5. What we're going to do, let me go back to the question now. So 1.5. So the run, sorry, this was the, oh gosh, I made an error. This here is supposed to be rise. You all understand? This here is rise.
Yeah,
Nobody notice I make that mistake. This is rise. Right. Okay. And the run, when I'm hypothetically speaking, that distance between 400 and 410 was 1.5 kilometers. The scale, no, because you need to work in meters, you have to convert 1.5 to kilometers. How much is that? What 1.5 kilometers to meters is what? Because you have to work in 1 unit. Converting 1.5, 1500. Very good. Those who reply. So this is 1500 meters. Now you can continue to work the rest of the question. So Nasania asked me if she can do it with measuring it off in a ruler. Say when you measure off your ruler, get this would be what point? If you measure it off your ruler, and this was, let us say this was 5 meters, to be able to get the same thing, and trying to get the same exact thing. What is the scale on the map?
1 to 50,000. 50,000.
50,000. So this is 50,000 cm. Everybody understand this? This is the scale, the other scale. So this is when you measure it of the line scale, we get 1.5. And because the scale is already to the map, you just convert to meters. So if you use now centimeters when you measure this off, right? And this was what? 15, 15. Let us say you measured 50. Say this was 5. When you measure it, you converting it. Here how you converting this now. At this point, you will multiply 5 by what? 50,000 cm, right? Which would give you what? What this is? 5 by 50,000 cm is what? Anybody?
250,000.
How much?
250,000.
250,000, right? You
Yes,
now need to convert this to meters,
meters.
because you are your contours, which is the rise, is in meters. So this is how do you divide to convert to meters? You divide by
100,000.
100. So this now becomes how much?
2,500.
2,500. Everybody understand that?
Yes.
Huh? Anybody confused?
Yes, that's what we measure it with a ruler, I mean.
Yeah, with your ruler, right? Because you can do it both ways, but it will work out to the same thing. I just didn't, what will half of this, so this essentially should have been what? To get 1,500, I think it should have been 2.5. It's half of that, right? So this is how you do it with the ruler measurement. Everybody understand?
Yeah, miss.
All right, so let us move on now. So so calculating gradient now, I'm doing it with the scale measurement. So we have 90 over 1,500. How do you find the ratio now? To get the gradient. How do you do this? What is the next step? How do you make it a ratio?
You say 19 to 91 and then 19 to 1,500.
Very good. 90 divided by 90 is 1, right? And then 1,500, sorry, divided by 90 is how much?
16.67.
Dre, after some questions is, sorry?
16.67.
Excellent. So how do you do your ratio now?
Miss, do you round it off?
No, you leave it. So it is now 1 to 16.67. Everybody understand that?
Yes,
Yeah,
miss.
miss.
If you do it with 2,500, you just removing the 90 and you put 2,500 and then you divide it the same way. You all understand how to revise, how to do gradient,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
right?
miss.
So make sure you measure it off of your map properly. Next part of the question. All right, let's go back to the question now.
Excuse you, miss.
Yeah.
What is considered like a steep gradient?
What is the height of a hill? What is considered a mountain? Distances over what?
600 meters.
Very good. So that is considered steep. How you work with the rise? The rise is, they gave it to you in this question, George. So it is the highest point and then the lowest point, and they gave it to you in the question. Normally, sometimes you have to locate it yourself when they give you the actual question. You understand that? So insert again. Insert is an enlarged grid part of Friendship Village area on which 600-meter contour line has been inserted. Insert the highest point in the area. So they just told you, you go to that area and you find the highest point. How do you locate the highest point? How do you find the highest point on a map? Tell me.
The contour lines.
Contour lines is one way, but what is the absolute way of finding the highest point?
Trig station.
The trigonometrical station. So first thing you look for is the trig station. If you don't see the trig station, then you go ahead and look. So in this map, we already seeing that there's no trig station. So your highest point is how much?
600 meters.
600 meters. Everybody understand that?
Yes, miss.
Okay, the second question is what? Tell me what it is so I don't move up. The second question is what? The second part of that question is what?
Insert and identify by the letter D one depression east of 32.
One depression. So how can you tell depression on the map? Do you all know? How would you know where the depression is? So on the map here, you then have to locate it. Pardon, I didn't hear what you say.
They use hatch lines for depression.
Yeah, but how would you be able to know that is a depression? How do you identify it? What do you do?
Miss, do they use broken lines and stuff
No,
and
you
stuff?
go in your key. Look in the key. You all seeing in my key here? Look at the symbol for depression. So you have to go in that area and you're looking for this. This circle with a little circle inside it. This is depression. You're seeing it?
Miss, will it just be that symbol or will it be bigger, little?
No, sometimes it is actually that small, especially on this map, how this map clustered. So you will see it though. Let us see if we can find a depression. Let me see if I can find one. Which was the area that they tell you, oh boy? It's so this map tiny.
Miss, most of the rights of the map have them.
To the right? Right. So look at this. I think I seen one over here. You see like here? Oh my God, where the annotation to? So it will be like something like this. You're seeing it and it's a little darker. You're seeing that?
Yes, miss. Yes, miss.
Right? So you look for it and then you put it in on the map.
Miss, would it be that one by the, oh no, I think that says Montgomery plant?
Montgomery.
Right up there, the thing that looks like the United Kingdom,
Yes,
right?
yes, 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 yes. You seeing it here? One right here too. Right. Excellent. So you look for it. You see this is the symbol here in the key, and then you look for it. Excellent. Right? So that's good. Good. What is the other question with respect to that insert that they gave you all?
Draw the course of the river at Friendship 10 and indicate the direction of flow.
Ooh, so then you have to draw in the river and indicate the direction of flow. How do you tell the direction of the flow of the river? What do you look for that will give you an indication of the direction of flow? You look for bays because bays means that, of course, all rivers flow out to sea. So you're really looking for the mouth of the river Dree, right? Now that's the mouth of the river, estuaries. You look for lowland areas. If you're not seeing a bay here, so in this case, you're not seeing any bay, it means that you have to look for lowland areas or flat areas, valley areas. Everybody understand that?
Yes. So the mouth of the river will always be either flat land, lowland, or by like at the estuary.
Yes, when it's entering into the lower course, remember the lower course, the land there is flat, it's a floodplain, and all rivers end at the sea, the mouth of the river. So that is what you're really looking for, right? You're looking for a lake, you're looking for a river, you're looking for, if you cannot see any rivers or um, sea or estuary, you look for flat areas or a valley, right? The contour line as well. So it goes from, yes, you can determine the direction with the decrease in the contours as well, which indicate flat land. List two types of economic activity that can be found in Claremont and Golden Grove. So let us look at Claremont and Golden Grove. Claremont is where? And when they say economic activities, they're talking about primary, secondary, tertiary activities. So it can be
Miss,
anything from agriculture, mining. Um,
Miss, I think it's higher up.
Thank you. It's Claremont. Okay, the Claremont over here and Golden Grove. You're seeing that, Claire? What are two? Oh, nice. This thing here. This thing here is what? That is a perfect example of economic activity. It is in your
Quarrying.
huh?
Quarrying.
Quarrying, and you will see it in your map in the key. So look at it here. In the key, you would see here cliff quarrying. So that tells you that the economic activity there is quarrying. So very good. So we see the main dominant thing there is quarrying. What else can you see in terms of economic activity? What else they have there? Oh, you're seeing this thing here under economic activities. You study this in Jamaica. Look at it over
Box,
here.
bauxite, miss. Miss, I
Bauxite. Very good, bauxite. What else? Two in Claremont, two in Golden Grove. Over here is what?
Miss, that's marketing the work.
Market. You see now market. So that is probably agriculture, right? You see now airport. So this leads to some kind of export or something. What else in that area? What else you seen in that area? Teaching in school. Lord Dre, go for the obvious things first. Eh? You see, I always tell you all go for the obvious thing. Let us pull up the answer.
Retreating, miss? I don't know.
Okay, y'all, the Zoom going and cut off. I'm going to restart and I'm going to pull up the